Camber is the angle of a wheel relative to the vertical of the vehicle. Here at Camber Canyon, well, marbles won't really have to worry about that angle. Hey everybody, I'm Brendan, and race 4 is here as we breach the halfway point of the B League. Remember, the top 6 will advance to the A League from here, and Sacred Snow looks like he's in a good position to do just that. This course has 2 sectors and the most Mueller Corners in any course here in the B League, featuring 4. And the first sector is certainly a doozy as well. A long straight followed by many mini chicanes and almost a 360-degree turn. Gaia will be the first one to start us off with 24 marbles, all working to get the best time and the best seating as we roll out later for the real race. See that first sector winding back and forth and ending at the highway, 1348 for Gaia. And we'll head to these Mueller Corners. Now, Mueller Corners are not just about what path you can find, but also about how fast you are going into them. If you're fast into them, even a outside line could be useful. Remember that last little divot right there as it swerves out to the right before the finish line. That has hurt many marbles, even up in the A League, as we saw in Season 2. Chaos Kitten, Blue Marble Gang rolling their first marble out today, and we'll see if she can beat that Sector 1 time. Already way behind it. Got caught up on these inlets there as the small chicanes are banked a little bit. 16.49, and we'll take the red on that sector. And then we'll head through the Mueller Corners, a little bit fast here towards the end. Maybe we'll see some speed here through the end. No, we're in the red on Sector 2 as well. Gaia holding that provisional pole position with a nice benchmark of 30.6 seconds. Duchess 2. And Duchess 2 has been overlapped well, as they tell me, lapped is the terminology, every race so far this season. And very slow through that first sector, and, well, all I hope for Duchess 2 is that she can finish before the leading marble this time. Inside line in the Mueller Corner, so at least smart racing in that regard. That long Mueller Corner where we breach over 180 degrees. There's a green on Sector 2. That one is the most important to grab inside line because, well, mathematically, you're really cutting down on the distance you have to travel. If you can enter it fast, well, that's going to be extra advantageous. Mocha quite fast through that first sector, and we have green yet again down to 12:38. You can see best times up there just jumped down from about 13 point, and well, it's going to look good for Mocha. Fast through the middle line right there, swerves to the outside line, bumps off, and finds green in Sector 2, 27.07, and Mocha is feeling pretty good about that one. I've been waiting to see Mocha come out of his shell. Not a bad racer, just a little bit inconsistent. Maybe this is the time. Undertow. Sector 1 in race 3 took the red. Does not have the red this time. Actually almost grabbed the green. But I don't know if he's going to be able to best that top time. Maybe slide in above Gaia. If he can keep it under 30, and he will. Under 28 in P2 for Undertow. Silver Blur. And he has not been a blur out there since, well, the first race where things all went pear-shaped in the last lap. Well, fast through Sector 1, heading into that highway, dodges left. And here we go into the Mueller Corner. Outside line and not very fast. You can see all the momentum lost after he left the corner. And that's not going to be good as we head to the end here. Time 16.31 on Sector 2, and Silver Blur it'll still end up above Gaia. Wicked Owl looking pretty smooth through the first couple of chicanes. You got to stay off the wall, and he's doing just that. Straight down the highway, shifts into the near lane. And we'll put 12.95 up in Sector 1. Not bad. And here comes the Mueller Corner. It's been challenging for him so far. Slow through the first. And he'll get outside line here and miss a little bump. Actually, hit the little bump at the end. And he'll grab P2. Blaster sitting at 30 points overall. Tied with Red Baron Sky, who we'll see in a minute. Blaster has been not so good this season. His tryout performance was not indicative of anything incredible coming now, but well, I was hoping to see if he could pick it up. He does get a middle line there, and he skips the end part, 15.51, but it was so slow through the first part that he couldn't turn that advantage into anything useful. Inside line on that final Mueller corner, really the most important Mueller corner of the bunch. Red Baron Sky gets caught up there on chicane 2, and well, we're not going to break any records this time. He might even be in the red here. What's the red on this? And, well, it's 17.98 now. That last Mueller corner, again, very important, because if you can get the inside line, you can skip that possible wall. See how most marbles bump off here off the little wall at the end and have to shift direction. But you can skip that if you grab the inside line. You can call it a chicane, but it's more of a divot. Icarus. Rolling out, actually hugging the wall right here. And if you're hugging the wall on that 270, well, 18.05 for Icarus on the first sector, and we're in the red again. I didn't think anyone but Duchess would be able to grab the red, who has red in sector 2 in race 3, by the way. And Icarus turns it around and grabs green in sector 2. That's going to put him actually quite low on the time standing still, 31.99, sitting down in P8. But, I mean, a green is a green. Dora. Now we're moving towards, again, the middle of the pack. We start at the bottom and shift towards the top, and we see how the racing starts to smoothen out here. Dora not looking bad here, 13.3 in the first sector, and 14.89 in the second, but, well, we have a P4. We have Flash Fire. Looking tough through the first couple of turns, was able to stay off the wall there on the 270, and that's going to be big for him as we head to the highway. He grabs the right side, but he does come back in towards the middle, and he'll get middle line here in the Mueller corner, slip right out of it, and he's going to zigzag there for a second. What about this final Mueller corner? Again, left away. He does get green in sector 2, and that's going to be easily enough for P1, 20.58, and, well, the racing really paid off there. Arjun, again, who's been disappointing this season, is going to try to do a little bit better than that. 13.48 on Sector 1. And it's going to be about the Sector 2 focus. He goes right to the outside there, and he looks slow right now. Let's see if he can find anything nice here at the end. No, he goes outside. He's going to bump off, and, well, he's down in P8. Lackluster performance. Arjun sits right now in the middle of the pack, 39 points. And he's going to have his work cut out for him if he wants to make it the top 6. Remember, he was really the only marble giving Crimson Lady a run for her money back in Season 1, but things have not been good for him lately. He actually won a race in Season 1. Dragon Egg, 12.99 Sector 1, goes to the outside here, bumps off, and well, he'll grab P2. No greens, but how can you be disappointed in P2? Glory would love nothing more than to secure that spot, but a little tough through the first chicanes. Does stay off the wall here and looks decent going into the next sector. We're down below 13 on her Sector 1 time. It's going to be about the smart racing in the Mueller corners. Hangs outside there, not good, but does still look fast. Can she get to the inside line here at the end? No. And bumps off, and, well, she will find P2. So, well, like I said, if she does, she's happy. Raging Relic, and you can put him up there in Blue Marble Gang as well. A couple different types of blue swirled into that marble. And he's straight down the highway. Does dodge left there at the end, and that's going to hurt him by a few milliseconds, but he's able to smoothly stay through the wall there. That Mueller corner looked great for him. And he does get middle line here. Can he avoid the end? Does nudge off, but he does grab P4. Not spectacular, but not bad. What about spectacular? Let's see if we can assign a similar adjective. Right now, spectacularly failing. As we're touching the walls, hugging the walls, and are we even going to get to Sector 2? Well, I have to laugh a little bit because, well, this marble sits right now in 8th place with 52 points, actually within striking distance of the championship, but right now we have a red in Sector 1. Spectacular does find the inside line in the final Mueller corner. Wow, tripped over my words there, but you try saying Mueller corner many times fast, and honestly, I'm a little bit disgusted with Spectacular right there. Down in the final position, P17 currently, and dropping. What I was saying, he gets that final Mueller corner inside line and just completely wastes it. Comes out and turns left right into the wall. Fleur de Lis. Remember from race 2, an expert performance. Not leading the whole time, but really came to the front when it was necessary. And he'll grab P4 and certainly will be a threat for today. T-Bot. You never take a second to look at the logo of T-Bot. Certainly a frightening figure. Good Sector 1 time 13.05. Seems like things are very mechanical for this racer, and he's very methodical out there right now. Smart through the Mueller corners, gets inside line, shifts outside. That's going to suck for him, but, well, can't knock a green in Sector 2. And we have Panda. Remember, Panda managed to pole twice in the first 2 races and make absolutely nothing of it. Well, he's in overall 5th place right now, but you'd think a two-time poler would be able to manage something in the top 3. All of his races have been negative from the pole position. P8 for him, and that will be another time trials without pole. Finished 8th in the previous race, and he didn't even have pole then. What about Skunk? Led most of the race last time, and it all came apart at the seams towards the end. But he has a good Sector 1 time, so a good way to kick this one off. Can he get to the middle line? Here we go, and he does skip that divot at the end, and we have, by thousandths of a second, a green in Sector 2. 12.77 is also the likes of a different marble in Sector 2, but, well, Skunk did a little bit better in that regard. Fury, Sector 1 time, greened once again. Fury sitting in 3rd overall. Finished 5th in the previous race. And things looking pretty good for Fury as he grabs P1. He has greens up there on both sectors. Tornado. And we have the last 2, the top of the pack right now. Can Tornado cut down the time of Fury? Well, no green in Sector 1, but pretty close, I will say. Gets outside line here and slows down. Definitely not going to happen. He cannot slow out of that first Mueller corner. I know it's hard, but it's tough. P7 for Tornado, and actually he was able to avoid that bump there, that shift right at the end. Stayed off the wall, but just was too slow at the beginning of Sector 2, and that hurt him. Sacred Snow doing a good job staying off the walls. You would expect as much. He's the leader right now, misses all the walls on the highway, stays in the middle. He goes outside here in the Mueller corner, slows down for a second, stays fast. We go to the outside on the middle Mueller, and comes across P6. A little disappointing, but, well, P6 is something he can work with. We've seen him do it before. And Fury's your pole sitter. Wonder how that will pan out today. Panda down in the middle of the pack pole-wise, and well, we have an 11-lap race, so things are going to be quick out here. Race 4 of the B League. Marbles are in the gate. Green flag is up here, and we are rolling. Fury not coming out in the lead. Flashfire for second, then Skunk, and we're a mess of marbles. Sacred Snow in there as well, trying to dive up into 3rd, but he holds 4th right now. Here comes the highway. Flashfire looks to start to separate here, and Glory getting into the mix. Here's a Mueller corner. Ooh, inside line for a second for one of those marbles, but couldn't get around. It's still Flashfire. And can he get around this middle section here? No, he bumps off the side, and he's neck and neck with T-Bot, who finds the lead. Fleur de Lis now in there. Flashfire suffering through the marble booster stratification, and it's T-Bot to find some length here towards the highway and try to establish an early lead. And, well, for a 11-lap course, the early lead might be the way to go. We've seen it suffer in longer races, but we don't have much time here to get out towards the front. What about Dora? We haven't seen in the top 5 much before, but Well, she's finally making an appearance now, putting in some good work. Diving to 4th place as Fleur de Lis gets around. And here comes T-Bot and Flashfire down the highway for the 3rd time and heads to the Mueller corner. Flashfire, slow, but still on the inside line. Gets a nudge from Fleur de Lis, but T-Bot gets the chance to break away. Fury as well, trying to find his way, claw his way back to the top from where he started. And T-Bot is trying to keep the blinders on. Here's a mess of marbles right there. Fleur de Lis can't find his way around Fury, who holds now 3rd place. Here comes for Flashfire, dodges right, gets around. Good drafting move on the highway early on. Flashfire goes to the outside line for a nice block on Fleur de Lis. Dora in there as well. And we have Skunk Glory, Silver Blur, Panda, and Sacred Snow rounding out that top 10. Sacred Snow jumps up to 9th over Panda. And he could use to get up into the top 5. Other marbles are encroaching on that lead. No look from Tornado anywhere in the top 10 quite yet. And that's the marble in that seat, though, to overtake first. A little nudge from Fury right there. Can't get around T-Bot. He goes inside line. T-Bot blocks. Can't get through. T-Bot on the outside. Both marbles fall to that area. And, well, now we still hold the T-Bot in the lead. Flashfire, Fleur de Lis coming in right behind. Flashfire trying to make a look for Fury. He goes inside, but gets caught up on the embankment there. Here comes the highway. He'll draft left along with Fury. Can't find any length. Sacred Snow in there. You saw him messing with a couple marbles and, well, looks blue towards the back. Chaos Kitten, Raging Relic, all towards the back right now. And Duchess 2 bringing up last place in the possibility that she might get overlapped once again. That wouldn't be good for her, but, well, it would be, I guess, fun for T-Bot. T-Bot slowing down here through into Sector 2. Here comes the Mueller corner. Does get middle line, and he's smooth right through there. Fury, off that slight bump, and he's going to slow down quite a bit. Dora trying to hold on Fleur de Lis, and she's off screen right now. T-Bot, I think, it's finally starting to encroach on Duchess 2. I believe that is Duchess 2 holding the last place spot right now. Here comes T-Bot for the overlap, and he does. Inside line there. He does get middle line, but it's inside relative to Duchess 2, and he's right around, and that gives another obstacle for Fury to have to get around to challenge the lead. T-Bot looks to be very much in control right now. Only 2 laps to go, and he has the lead. Here comes Fury, though, trying to get around Duchess 2, who's now in commotion. And, well, he can't really get around. Duchess 2, well, doing the best she can to hold off these 2 marbles. Fleur de Lis does get around there, though, for a moment. And he will look towards the top. Where's Flashfire? Flashfire's all the way down to 8th place. He was up there for quite a while. I thought there was going to be a chance for him to really make a mark here. He's sitting down in the middle of the pack, only about 38 points. But here we go, lap 10 of 11. Coming out of it, and right now it looks still like T-Bot is our leader. Here comes Fleur de Lis, looking to get his 2nd win of the season, and there's not much space between them. Last lap, and both marbles are in the clear. No any marbles between them, no last place obstacles to get around, and T-Bot with 2 lengths ahead, now coming to the highway. Straight down the middle, Fleur de Lis dives right, and he'll lose some speed, but he whips around the side. He gets the outside line, now back to 2 lengths between them. T-Bot holding the lead towards the end. Can he stay true to the end? Bumps off, and he will have the win. Fleur de Lis coming right behind, really did everything he could, and he just couldn't get around. Fury, Silver Blur, Glora, Dora, Panda, Skunk, Sacred Snow, Flashfire for your top 10, and they're counting downwards. Tornado finish in 12th, and that's going to be tough on him points-wise. Mocha, middle of the pack, unfortunate for him. I'm trying to see if he could do better, and most of the blue marbles down at the bottom as well. Chaos Kitten in there, and Gaia 23rd, and it looks like Duchess 2 will be again the unfortunate last place marble. Camber Canyon, pretty good for T-Bot, a marble who you would expect to do well with a bunch of Mueller corners, and came through as such. Fleur de Lis still holding a good race, as well as Fury, whose things will look good for him on the overall standings. He might even pass Sacred Snow. T-Bot currently in overall 6th place, and that might look good for him as well. Let's take a look at those final standings, and we do get at least look on those bonus points. Fury had pole position, and T-Bot easily the most laps led, and he'll round out the day with 31 points. Fleur de Lis, of course, with 26. And the overall standings, Fury, 1 point above Sacred Snow, T-Bot, couple behind. Things are getting tight on Sacred Snow, and a lot of marbles above that 80-point mark. 6 to be exact, and 6 very hungry for a championship. Well, that will do it for today. 2 more races to go, and eyes will be on Sacred Snow and Fury for sure. Sacred Snow has not been doing as well as he needs to since that first race, and hopefully things will turn back around for him as we race towards the end of the B League. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on the Racing Marble League.